Welcome to the YWCA's Empowering Leaders video series. Hi, my name is Christina Johnson, Director of Marketing and Relationships at the YWCA. Our featured Empowering Leader today is Faith Van Gilder, Chief Officer of Marketing and Development at the Girl Scouts. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Christina, for having me.
Thank you. We'll begin today by just having you share a little bit about yourself.
Sure, I'd love to. I was born and raised in Northwest Ohio in a small town called Defiance, and my life pretty much centered around school, church, working on the farm, and 4-H, in that order. And I was a little bit sheltered in retrospect until I went off to college down the road at Bowling Green State University. And like a lot of people who were influenced by the Watergate scandal, I majored in journalism. I met my husband, David, at Bowling Green, and my eyes were opened, and I met a lot of people who were very different from the people I grew up with in Defiance. And from there, we got married, lived in Washington, D.C., and a few years after starting our careers there, we served in the Peace Corps as teachers in Botswana, Africa. And that also opened my eyes to what it was like to be in the minority. We were the first white faces that many people had seen in our village. And we really learned what it was like to live outside our country for over 2 years. And after that experience, we moved to Fort Wayne and resumed our careers, my husband in law and myself in journalism. And after several years at the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel, I had a second phase of my career in marketing. And then just this summer, I was fortunate enough to have a third phase of my career in marketing and fund development for Girl Scouts of Northern Indiana, Michiana.
That's wonderful, wonderful. As an empowering leader, can you share with us some of the activities that you've been involved with?
Certainly. I was part of the Leadership Fort Wayne class of 2001, and that's what really launched me on taking a more active leadership role in our community. You meet, of course, the people in your class, and you have the opportunity to meet a lot of the leaders of our city and community and the organizations that really make us who we are. And most importantly, you learn about being a servant leader. And I used that experience then to serve on a variety of nonprofit boards over the years. Most of them have focused on women and girls empowerment, or advocacy for natural areas and the environment, or providing basic services, for example, Wellspring, and also and with the National Peace Corps Association, since that remains a big part of my life, my Peace Corps service. After Leadership Fort Wayne, I kind of used that experience to, in 2017, along with 3 other women, we co-founded an organization called Advancing Voices of Women, or AVOW for short. And the purpose of that was really to encourage women to raise their voices, amplify their presence in the community sphere. And that includes a number of things. Writing op-eds that appear in the Sunday Journal-Gazette on timely topics, participating in civil conversations on usually controversial subjects, and that's done in a civil way with no shouting and no interrupting. And third, identifying, encouraging, training women to actually run for public office and to be at the point where they would seek and be appointed to public boards and commissions. And so the last 4 years, that has been really one of my big focuses. And this past year, I also was honored to be in only the second class of Hoosier Women Forward, which is a statewide women's leadership development organization for Democratic women. And the Republican counterpart would be the Lugar series, which has been around for a number of years. And again, that organization, the goal is to get more women, Democratic women, in elected office in the state of Indiana, because as you know, we fall short in that area in our state, and we don't have as many women and people of color as many other states do in elected office.
Remarkable, remarkable work. Thank you. Why is it important for there to be empowering leaders in our community?
As a mom of 2 daughters, I became aware very early that they needed female role models in their lives. Not just teachers at church and at school, but doctors and dentists and lawyers and engineers and all the women that they came in contact to as they were growing up. And so I see now in my role at Girl Scouts how very important it is to have women mentors, leaders, I think they're the same thing, to encourage the younger generations coming up. We have to build that pipeline so that we have powerful, empowered women leaders in our community and in our state. And maybe that's elected office, but maybe it's just the head of a nonprofit or the head of a foundation or the head of a school district or a university. And so I really feel strongly that building that pipeline is the main focus of my life right now, and that my daughters certainly benefited from those women in their lives, and they continue to as young adults, and I want to help as much as I can to further that goal with the girls and young women in Allen County and Fort Wayne.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for being our featured empowering leader. I tell you, not only are your daughters blessed to have you as a mother and have your influence, but so is our community. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Christina.